Something pretended to be my mom. I'm not scared. You are. So this, oh my god, my lips are crusty. I'm sorry. So this girl says that this happened in her family home in Mexico City. Right now she lives in Guadalajara because she's studying at college, but this happened again in her family home. So she explains that her mom and dad are divorced, but that they do get along very well because they love to be together when it's holidays, so that there's no separation between her and her brother when that time comes. Now she explains that living in that house, they have experienced paranormal things there. Some of the things that they experienced there were like people breathing behind your ear. She would say that they would have episodes of sleep paralysis, or in Spanish, cuando se te sube el muerto. And also they would see shadows like following behind them or running quickly when you would like turn a corner. They would experience people knocking on doors and nobody would be there. They would also be like in a room and the lights would just turn off by themselves. I mean, should I go on? Is there more? These are just examples. In the beginning, she says that she would get really scared when these things would happen, and although she doesn't want to say that they're used to it, they do know how to react when things happen every now and again. She says that before her mom and dad separated, things were really bad economically in their home, and that a witch had told them that somebody had sent some bad stuff their way, and that the work that they send was so that anything that they tried to do work-wise would go really bad. So nowadays, her dad does live in the US. However, when it's like holidays or vacations, he does go to Mexico to be with the family. And since he gets along really well with the mom, he does stay in the family home. That way he doesn't have to get a hotel or anything like that. Now, she explains that her dad is a skeptic. He does not believe in the paranormal. Even when he did live there and they've experienced things, he would not believe them. He would say it's something electrical. He would always say that they had a wild imagination, that maybe they thought they were seeing things because they were tired. As a matter of fact, when the witch went and told them about that somebody had sent them bad, that work, he didn't even believe the witch. Long story short, the dad even went as far as to go to a different witch that told him the same thing the first one had told him. That second witch told them that he was gonna have to pay like a lump sum of money to help him, and that's when he was like, no, I'm not doing this. I don't even believe in this. Why am I even here? So he never got that cleaning. There was one night where the dad was there visiting, and usually when he stays there, he sleeps on the couch in the living room. She explains that there's not an extra room, so that's why he would sleep in the living room, and that her and her sibling would sleep in one room with the door closed, and that the mom always had the habit of sleeping in her room with the door opened. So this is what the mom said she heard that night. She was about to fall asleep. Again, she sleeps with the door open, and she started to hear like whining coming from the living room. She was immediately on high alert, so she started following that sound of the whining. It was the dad. She said that when she walked, she just got to like the very top of the stairs, and when she looked down, she can tell that the dad looked like he was in pain because he was holding onto his stomach and just like rolling around on the couch. In that moment, she ran to get her kids, and she was like, your dad, something's wrong, and they all ran down the stairs. They honestly thought that their dad was having a heart attack or something, so they ran down there, immediately turned the lights, and when they got close to him, he was pale and his lips had already gone purple. However, they also saw that he was choking himself. His hands were both on his neck, and the reason why he was pale and his lips were purple was because he himself was choking. Somehow they were able to move his hands, and he immediately wakes up, but he's like breathing really hard. Thankfully, he is like out of danger. His color came back, but they were all really scared. Now, she says that when, he took a while to start feeling better, but when he did, he looked up at his ex-wife and like got far away from her, almost as if he was scared of her. She said that she had never seen her dad this scared, and that she could tell that he was scared of her mom. But why? She's like, why is he out of nowhere scared of mom? Now, this is the dad's story from his point of view. Dad said that he was dreaming, and in his dream, he was also laying down on the couch in the family home, and that his ex-wife was getting closer and closer to him with the excuse of asking him what he would like to have for dinner. And even though she was asking him what he wanted to eat, she was getting close to him and almost tried to kiss him on several occasions. And when she finally got really close to him, where he thought that she was gonna give him a a real kiss, that is when she grabs a hold of his neck. She starts choking him. That is when he was rolling around the couch trying to get her off of him. And as you remember, that is when the mom was up the stairs looking down, seeing him toss and turn on that couch. And the reason why his hands were on his own neck was because he was trying to get her hands off of his neck. He said that he even tried screaming for help, but like he couldn't scream. He was being choked. He says that as the mom was choking him, the mom kept saying to him, "Hasta aquí llegaste, hasta aquí llegaste." How the fuck do you translate that to English? Wait, 1 second. I got it. You've come this far. You've come this far. I don't know why it just hits different in Spanish. Hasta aquí llegaste. Hasta aquí llegaste. You've come this far. You've come this far. When he finished telling his side of the story of what happened to him, the mom immediately tells him, "That was not me. I promise you that was not me. We were all upstairs in bed right before I went to bed. I heard you. I woke up all the kids. It was not me choking you." She says that that night they all agreed to sleep in the mom's bedroom, but he was still scared. He did not want to go in there with his wife and sleep next to the person that had just choked him minutes ago. He kept an eye on her. Like, he really did think that his ex-wife was trying to kill him. They all tried to explain to dad that it was definitely something in the house who maybe pretended to be mom and tried to harm him. And ever since that day, he started to believe in the paranormal. But it was just your imagination. Maybe you were just too tired. You made it all up. Alright, I won't be petty. The girl's like, my dad should be so lucky that our mom even heard him like whimper in pain, because we cannot imagine what would have happened to him if nobody had heard anything that was happening in that living room. But anyway, what do you guys think?